appreciate it so much. Let me see who all's here. Hey, Mystic. Hey, Margot. Jumped real fast. Hey, PJ. Hey, West Virginia Holler Girl. Hey, Nady. Hey, Woofy. Hey, Pointer Lover. Mystic. Margot. Hey, Chris. Hey, Jan. Luana. Hey, Ethel. I love you too. Hey, I think I said Pointer Lover already, but hello. Yes, I did. But hello again, Pointer Lover. Do we have to physically go in and I don't know, actually, Mystic. I'm not sure. I think things probably changed when they started the gifting. Hey, Big Boy. Hey, Meep. Hey, Brookie. Crazy Mama. MK Ultra on the case with Jeannie. Hey, Mammy. MK. Hey, Jennifer. How are you guys? And what are you up to today? What a dreary, gross day here. Oh my gosh. It's just, it's a super dreary day. I knew that I wanted to go live because this week there's a couple of days where I'm probably not going to be able to do anything. Hey, Punksy. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Ava. Hey, NorCal and Riddler. How are you guys? Hey, Jane Doe. I have to say hi to you guys. I'm happy to see all of you. So, but yeah, so I have a couple of days this week that I'm definitely not going to be able to do anything. So, I needed to do a live, and I had gathered some little things with Idaho, and then I thought we could go over and look at Crime Online, see some of the other cases that aren't really hitting the headlines like some of the bigger ones. It's beautiful here in Arizona. Oh, I wish it was like that here. Oh, thank you, Tiff. Thank you. Appreciate that so much, Miss Ethel. Because, well, TT and I are going to be working. We're going to be doing Sarah Boone. I know a few other creators are doing that. I hadn't actually even heard of the case. Now I am so excited. It's very, because there's video footage of part of what happened. It's just, it's a tough one. But I got some new cases that I'll be coming and talking about soon. So I figured this would be good for us to do today. Let's see. 28 degrees. I'm in shorts with the AC on. You lucky girl, Margot. In Windsor. Hey, there's a town called Windsor, like 45 minutes from me, Luana. Snowing here all day. Oh my goodness. I did find some pretty interesting little odds and ends with Idaho, and that's what we're going to start with. Okay, so first of all, I know that Anon Harsh's mate is, kind of coming back out again. I have no interest in even discussing that. Anon Harsh knows nothing about nothing. And that's just that. He has wanted to kind of use this to make a name for himself from the beginning. We all saw that play out. He's not on the witness list. I just don't think there's any information that he has that I care about. So seeking attention. I agree. Hey, Maurice. Still really warm, 90 degrees. Hey, Shabane. Hey, Kay. Oh, in Canada. That's where I'm at too, MK Ultra. Hey, Candace. Hey, Snoopy Snoop. Hate to rub it in, but it's 82 here. Hey, Radine. Shabane, did I say hi? I think I did, but in case I didn't, I don't want to miss you. Oh, thank you, Hoping for Answers. Appreciate that so much. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and pull up my share screen. And then, we'll get right into it. So first I saw that this is a video that's like a month old. But there's interviews in it I had never seen before. It's UK news. But they had somebody on the ground in Idaho talking to people. So we're going to watch that. I've pulled a few things from the Facebook groups. And then, that's it with Idaho. But let me show you this. Nerdy Addict tweeted. It says, law enforcement requested tender records for all subscriber info between March 1st through the 31st of 2021. The warrant list redacted user identifier, but not a name. Note the date, March of 2021. Because I haven't went through all 700 and whatever pages, I can't even double check that. But I do, I trust the source. So anyways, why would that be? What in the world is going on there? Oh, wait. Thank you, Happy Hour Old English Bulldogs. Thank you. Hey, Trippy Dad. Hey, Mark. So what do you guys make of this? Like, I don't know, but it just makes you wonder. Hey, Crime Curious. Oh, NorCal Jim, I'm happy to not have the snow, but it is beautiful. It just sucks to drive in. Maybe for records from a character witness. Okay. Huh. It'll be interesting, to see how it shakes out. That's my favorite word, by the way. If you don't know, I know. I'm well aware I overuse it. So I apologize in advance. I just wonder, like, I've always wondered why specifically these girls and why this house. He lived at a college that I'm sure there were lots of pretty young women in sorority houses and those kind of things, similar type things. So yeah, this is from the documents that were released, Brooke. The old article is a video. It's not, the old thing is a video, and we're going to watch it in just a sec. That's why I just went ahead to this. We'll flip through these and then, I guess, and do the video last. Oops, wrong way. This was just a random person's post, but it was so, like, the way it just posed some really good questions, and I thought it would be good for us for discussion. And then this person posted, I heard something on a podcast for the first time today that Kaylee's phone is missing. Is this new information? Oh, man, I thought I saved the other part. Here it is. And the person that shared this, like, they shared this post and they had their own thing to say. They said, let me help y'all understand. See, I didn't know that, but this makes it make sense if her phone is missing the way, remember, because the family was in all of her stuff immediately. Well, this person writes, let me help you guys understand a few things. First and foremost, I'm a part-time certified death investigator. The family never had Kaylee's physical phone. They were able to get access by figuring out her password since she was on her mom's account. Kaylee's sister, who lives in Cali, was able to find out her text messages, phone calls, pics, apps via the iCloud account. If you're an Android user, you cannot access everything on your phone via an iPad computer or by another phone by going on a site and entering the username and password. Once in iCloud, you can view all apps, all passwords, including your usernames and what site they are attached to. You can view where the phone is located, pictures, phone numbers, and text messages. The police cannot give the deceased family members the actual phone if it was at the crime scene. Family members don't have access to that until the judge, and after the court trials, they immediately go into evidence. I always tell my family and friends to always give someone you are safe with your iPhone info. Yes, password to phone is great, but greater is the username and password to iCloud. iCloud username and password. If the phone is missing or with the person, you can always go there and see where the phone was last located. It helps the police out so much because of how time consuming it is to get the subpoena and all of that stuff. So I don't know. It's quite interesting to think about, which it makes sense. I wouldn't think they would give Kaylee's family her phone. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Thank you. And thank you, Kay. You guys are too good to me. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. I need to step away. Oh, okay, Crime Curious. Yeah, don't give yourself a headache. I know. Okay, so was it them who said, Ava, is that the podcast that they were talking about? Hey, a real support group. Mods, will you guys drop the membership link pretty please? Hey, Amanda. Anything that we see like this, you guys, just okay. I wouldn't be surprised if it's false information. Anything that we don't get directly from police, I don't put all of my eggs into a basket like that anyways. And especially because I know some of these creators, and I just know that putting the truth out there isn't necessarily always their goal. Sometimes their goal is to get a lot of viewers or get, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. Hey, Star Bear. Hey, headphones. I snuck in. She didn't see me. Still, though, this is a good point. I think that, like, nobody could get in my phone. I don't even know my iCloud password. I'm always having to reset it because I forget it. And yeah, so they were going to everyone's chat as well and spreading, but I proved them wrong and they admitted it last night. Wow. Yeah, I don't like that. Hey, BC. That's the problem. This is the thing. In a true crime community, it does not matter what creators you get along with or you don't get along with. We are all affected by each other forever at the end of the day. So, you know, we all are going to still be in the same community no matter how much you dislike someone, how hard you go at them, how much private information you put out about them, whatever. You still have to exist around each other. So, and it makes it really tough on some of us when some creators put this out there or that out there. They don't show their sources. They, it just makes it tough because then subscribers come and they're like, hey, I heard this or I heard that. And it continues to spread the message. It's just, I don't know. Second warrant under Apple requested in February. See, I don't have the direct link to the website anymore. I do, but it would take me like probably 30 minutes to get to it because I'm going to have to scroll back through messages. How is everyone doing today? But I will go check it out, or we could go check it out right now together. I'm pretty good today, Candace. I hope you're having a great day too. My family knows mine. That's good. Woofy tells you how. I'll tell you again after this. Well, I have all my passwords saved, but like the iCloud one, I don't know. It's not. I don't know if that's even a possibility to have it saved in the iPhone. Brookie, I don't know. I mean, there's so much to it. It's so, and all, oh gosh. It's really tough because it's hard to talk to you guys about it. I just don't want to do that. I think that because we can't give you the full story, the full picture from the very beginning of everything. And also there's so much drama I don't even know that's happening because I don't pay attention to a lot of it. But even the things that I know, it's like I just opt out of talking about it with you guys because it's not fair. You don't deserve to be in the middle. Listen, you have to support the creators that you love, the ones that keep you entertained, the ones that bring good information, the ones that show that they're good people, the ones that you like. And that's it, and that's all I know out of that. Hey, Angie, what did you call me? You have them, Jan? Ooh, thank you, Ava. Awesome. This is your reminder to know your Apple password. I love you, Lisa. Okay. Let's keep going because like I said, this one was really quite interesting. And then we're going to pull that video up. It's totally backwards. Okay, so I cropped out their name, but they're showing the timing, right? And they're trying to make a point here. And I thought it would be a good conversation for us to go through this and to maybe talk about some of the questions. So 226 to 244 is when Kaylee calls Jack 6 times. And I'd have to have the affidavit up for us to fact check it. Oh, thank you, Radine. Thank you so much. A huge blob of seaweed that was headed towards Florida. Let me do something really quick because we got to pull up the affidavit at the same time. Wait, is that even in there? Exact about the phone calls? I've got it in the computer. Okay, just for purposes of today's live, let's just go through and not I'm not going to do that. I want to, but it's going to be time consuming. And yeah. So Kaylee calls Jack 6 times. We do know that. Maddie calls Jack 3 times between 2:44 and 2:52. At 2:52, Kaylee's final call to Jack. 2:47, phone registered to BK Ping's area of Pullman. 2:53, WSU cam shows Elantra heading towards the highway between Pullman and Moscow. I still always thought it was interesting timing, because it seems like you would almost wonder if he does have some sort of device there to be able to watch the house. Because it's just so close. I am going to pull up the affidavit now that I changed my mind yet again. Somehow I accidentally got the Mad Greek menu. I don't know why this is so hard to find right now. There it is. No. For some reason in my computer, it's say the Mad Greek thing keeps coming up. Oh, okay. I got it finally. So they don't go into the phone until the end, towards the end, I believe, if I remember correctly. Okay, at 2:44, at approximately 2:53, a white sedan, which is consistent with the description of the white Elantra, was observed traveling on Nevada Street in Pullman. So it's off 1 minute. It says, oh no, it says 2:53. I was looking at the 2:52. Interesting timing. Question 1 out of these particular, there's different sets. So question 1, what do you make of Bryan heading to Moscow after the girls unsuccessfully dialed Jack repeatedly? Number 2, did the girls call Jack or even Bryan because someone scared them? No, not Bryan. Number 3, did Kaylee drunk message, reply, or post a comment on Bryan's social media after unsuccessfully dialing her ex? And number 4, is the timing simply coincidental? I'm curious what you guys think. He had to be in that house at some point. Wonder about a hidden camera in one of the girls' room. I heard somebody saying that the other day. It's possible. There was also a lot of rumors about a camera outside of the house. I think that's more likely, because getting in the house, I don't know. Here, Kay, it is 5:53. Oh, thank you, Radine. YouTube is just now notifying me about this show. I'm not alone with the BK thing. Let's see. Do you think he really bought the knife on Amazon? Such a Ricky move. You know what? I really wouldn't be surprised, NorCal, because look at his other mistakes. I don't know. Did he just think they would never be on to him? Even think about him at the parents' house, having the motherboard of the computer or anything else that could have came from the house. If he was smart, wouldn't he have already ditched those things? I do have the best mods, Kay. Hey, Amanda. That speculation feels gross, but I suppose it's a possibility. I don't believe that they were talking at all. I can't help it, but I do wonder if why the calls were back to back to Jack. I think we've wondered that from the beginning. Was there any activity on Mogan or Gonsalves' phone after the last call to Jack? And I think that's a really good question. If both phones show an abrupt stop to use at the same time, would you agree that it happened at the same time? Which I think that's irrelevant, but let's continue. Oops, wrong way. At 3:12, police body cam in area picks up a scream allegedly unrelated. Okay, I don't even know why I put that in there, because we know that has nothing to do with the house. we just do, because look, just the timing at 3:12. No. Question 7, where was the Elantra between 2:47 and 3:29? Pullman to Moscow only takes about 15 minutes. Number 8, did Bryan pick someone or something up? Number 9, was the 3:12 scream? No. Now, I don't believe that had anything to do with it. I'm curious what you guys think about that, but number 10, have the 3 to 4 guys seen creeping in the distance in the body cam been identified? And then what does security camera footage show between 3 and 3:30? I just think that's it reaching and trying to make this even more than it is. If there were 4 other people that were involved, I just believe we would know by now. I believe police would know. I think maybe many of their friends would know, that kind of thing. So from 3:29 to 3:32, white Elantra circles the area of King Road. 3:45, white Elantra seen speeding away from area on gas station footage. This is the sighting that ignited a focus on this make and model of a vehicle. No, it isn't. That's not true. The sighting that ignited the focus on the make and model of the vehicle is the police putting it out. It wasn't until after the police put it out that they noted that they even noticed it on the gas camera or on the footage from the gas station, because that is why she was looking through all the old footage. Did cops spend enough time on all other makes or models and foot traffic from the moment they were made aware of this car by a gas station attendant? Oh my God almighty. People are crazy. We're just reading oh my gosh, I'm honestly ready to not even read the rest of it. Just threw some Facebook posts talking about the timeline, and I was interested in some of the questions in the beginning and just grabbing things. However, this person is just feeding into all of the craziness. I guess it makes it a more interesting story. That's the issue with social media these days. I think we're going to skip to our next thing, because I did want to tell you guys this. Hold on. Tonight at 10 o'clock on Investigation Discovery, they have a documentary coming out called The Idaho College Murders. Experts in criminology, CSI, and the law will break down what we know about the potential murder weapon, the DNA, the alleged killer's possible defense in court, and more. Okay, let me grab that old video. We're going to watch that next. Let's see. This is from, like I said, this is like UK news, but they went in person and they got interviews with many people, with a couple people at the school and different things. And I had never seen this. I ran across it this morning. Thank you again, Happy Hour. And thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. We get bits and pieces. Keep in mind, we, the public, likely don't know all the details yet and may never know. We get bits and pieces served to us when they want us to have it. Yeah, I agree with that. It's just, I don't know. I mean, we will have many more of the details at court, but unless it comes out from, even we've seen in this case, even when officials who have been working on the case, like the coroner, come out and do interviews, we still can't really take that as fact unless it comes out in the paperwork straight from the court. I don't know. I still think it's interesting for us to talk about it and kind of build conversation on. However, I will not count on it at all. If you have Discovery, you can watch it right now. Oh, okay, Angie, thank you. Hey, Tess. If y'all need it or want to see it, the Google Sheet's updated with all the info for the search warrants that were released. Ooh, thank you, Sleuthy. That's really interesting. Is that on your Twitter? The boy that has been in that house before, not by breaking. Oh, that boy has been in the house before. Well, let me ask you guys, how many of you think he was in the house before? Because this was something that I think that would be a stretch. I mean, it's possible. It's a party house, so it could be pretty easy for him to get in and out. If like there's a party happening or something like that, if you had some kind of nefarious intentions, I just don't know about that though. I don't think it's super like likely. I was looking at some of your timelines, by the way, Sleuthy. I think they are very well done. I know you put a lot of work into that. And thank you, by the way. Oh, I'm sorry, happy hour. That sucks. It depends on what kind of phone you have too, so that's what makes it pretty difficult. So like if you have an iPhone, you have to have a specific link. If you have an Android, there's a button on the bottom of the chat box. JLR's Tinder account. Oh my goodness, y'all are crazy. All right, let's listen to this for a minute.
A special report on the brutal murders of 4 students at the University of Idaho. And this is a really shocking case that is gripping the United States. Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Zana Knodel, and Ethan Chapin were found stabbed to death in a student apartment in November. There is no apparent motive and many unanswered questions about exactly what happened. The suspect is Bryan Kohberger, a PhD criminology student who denies any involvement in the murders. Now, he appeared in court today when more details emerged about the victims and the circumstances surrounding.
Group of girls enjoying student life in the house where they were later killed. Among those returning to the camp this week, Ethan Chapin's siblings. The family released this childhood photo of the triplets, 2 of whom are now mourning their murdered brother. The killings have touched everyone here.
It was just scary. I've never had something like that happen so close to me, and I think that it just really affected the community. And yeah, it doesn't seem real. It's just like you hear about this stuff on TV and you see it on like crime shows and stuff, and it's just like when it's so close, it's crazy.
Okay, so I have to say a couple of things. Oh, thank you, Maurice. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. I love you guys too, and that means a lot to me. Thank you. Okay, so a couple of things I'm thinking. One, it is pretty wild that they would travel here from the UK. This case was so big. I mean, look what News Nation is doing still with their coverage of it and constantly wanting to talk about it because it was so big. But what she had to say about, you never really think you'll see crime shows and that kind of thing. I can't imagine, because think about this. Think about those of you, I know most people in here have probably had someone in your family be diagnosed with cancer, right? Or something like that. It was, Tess, I agree. So when you hear, right, you see constantly, you have commercials for St. Jude's, you see people that you know with cancer, you see commercials with it. It's a common thing that you hear about all the time, but you're not expecting that, your mother is going to come home and say, the doctor said that I have a knot in my breast, or that, you know what I mean? You just don't expect it. It's the same kind of thing. When mom ended up finding out she had breast cancer and stuff last year. It was the year before last year, like that Christmas. Oh my God. I'm telling you, it smacked me upside of the head so hard. Seriously. It was, I'd never expected it. Now look, her brother passed away from cancer a few years ago. I've had friends pass away from cancer. You hear about it all the time. It's just, maybe it's our brain's way of protecting us, but we just don't expect it to happen to us. It's like maybe our brain's way to protect us from the worry or the anxiety of it. Oh, thank you, David. Appreciate that. Hey, Amber. The only one in my family that got cancer. I'm sorry now. You work with cancer patients. Yeah, I know. It's probably affected everybody. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jim. NorCal Jim. Maurice, you're amazing. My sisters did too, and she was the healthiest of all of us. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm going to mute and let it keep playing, but I was just making a point, like I can't imagine how these kids must feel, because yes, true crime is like a popular, a lot of people are very interested in it. You have whole networks based around it. A lot of people watch the news just to know what's going on, but you never expect it like that.
It was very shocking to hear something like this happening, because you always feel so safe on campus and you feel like, you can go do anything at night and it's not anything you have to worry about. So it definitely was an adjustment to hear that something like this had happened.
The precise sequence of events that November night is still shrouded in mystery. Why it took so long for the other housemates to call the police isn't clear, and neither is the motive for the stabbing of 4 young students who apparently had no known connection with Bryan Kohberger. It took the 2 female survivors 6 hours to call the police. Law professor Samuel Newton says they might have been paralyzed with fear.
It's very easy to go back and second guess and say, this was a homicide, there were 4 people killed, you should have been calling right then.
Wow, so this guy actually works, he's not just a law professor, he's a professor there at the University of Idaho. I'm very grateful to be a survivor of the easiest degree, especially after being treated with other patients. For everyone affected, prayers for everyone affected in every way. Oh, Ava, I'm so happy that you are as well. Wait, what did she do? I'm so sorry, Maria. I lost friends. I lost a friend in the 9th grade, and it's crazy, but it affects everyone. It's almost like addiction, Trying to see my chat from my phone, so just a moment. We are going to go look at her Twitter. I want to go take a look at that and see. Wolfie is close to booting Big D. Oh, okay. Let's see. I just heard like the weirdest scream. Which I do have 2 little boys, and they often make noises like that while they're jumping across the couch into each other and stuff.
And I think it's a mistake to jump in and begin shaming somebody for not calling the police and I'm sure this is very traumatized at the moment after having done all of that.
2 of victims, Ethan Chapin and Zana Knodel, had spent the evening before killings at a nearby fraternity house. The other 2 victims, Kaylee Gonzalez and Madison Mogan, were at this bar, later seen at a food truck, arriving home at 2 a.m. Court documents showed the 2 surviving female housemates thought they heard Kaylee playing with her dog.
I wonder what that is right there. Wolfie booted Big D, aka JLR's Tinder account. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, I am so sorry, you guys. Jan, I am sorry to hear about your husband and anybody else who's been affected by it. Cancer is a horrific thing to watch, and especially when it's, when it's someone you love, and even more so, I imagine, if it's a child or something. And so, yeah, anybody who's had to deal with that, I really do apologize.
Near the house recorded sounds of a disturbance. Court documents say voices or a whimper were heard, followed by a loud thud at 4:17 a.m. One of the survivors even caught a glimpse man in the house, noting his bushy eyebrows and tall athletic build as he walked past her to this back door. Looking for DNA to match cells found on a knife sheath like this left at the murder scene. Finally, the police swooped, sure they had enough proof. Mrs. Kohberger's father cleaning up smashed glass of the dramatic raid to arrest his son.
So this is the first I've seen video footage of Dad cleaning up out there. I saw photos of him, but not like this footage here. What'd you say, Jordan? Let me see. I've been thinking about this for a while, but Maddie lived in the house longest, right? Yes. She lived there longer than Kaylee. She lived there the year before. I think Kaylee had just moved in that year, and Dylan. And Bethany, I'm not sure of when she moved in. Hey, Amy. Oh, I'm so sorry, Pointer Lover. I didn't know that. I am so sorry. You guys know my Oma, so like that's what we call our grandma. That's what I call my grandma because she's from Germany. But my Oma had colon cancer back in like the 80s, and she ultimately passed away, of Alzheimer's in her late 80s. So it's just fascinating. And think about how technology has improved and healthcare has changed and treatments have changed and that kind of stuff since then. I know we do, Shay. That's why I did that one with the like the rock. That was for Punksy, the rockers. That one. Well, obviously, because I love the way Alex puts importance and emphasis on sources. Thank you, David. It is important. And I wish, oh my gosh, I wish so much that and I hope that will be, if we ask for sources, then they will start giving them. I just wish I wish everyone always disclosed all of their sources. This way, you guys or me, we can go back and follow along. And also it helps us decide, how accurate the info is, just everything. It's important. Hey, Purple People Eater. We do all know someone. Bryan could have applied for a room in the house to have a look around. Calls my mom good girl. Okay. I'm going to let it play the rest, and then we're going to go look at on Twitter.
For the students working on the university newspaper, this has been a challenging 2 months.
A lot of people are ready to just kind of be able to grieve it, especially now that it's less of a crime story. They've apprehended a suspect. They've taken it into formal trial. It gives them and it gives students some more space regarding just kind of processing this.
Shannon Gray is a lawyer representing Kaylee Gonsalves's parents.
Christy kind of can go down a rabbit hole and start thinking about the night in question and how the things when different information comes out. Steve's trying to be the rock for her, and then when Steve goes down, Christy becomes the rock. So they're playing off of each other. They're a strong family, and they'll get through this. So,
in terms of sentence, what are they seeking?
They're seeking the death penalty.
So that was really all I wanted to show you guys. Actually, it's about to end anyways, but the girl that worked on the college paper. And then Shannon Gray. For some reason, why do I find him attractive? What's wrong with me, you guys? Sorry, but I can't help it. Glad seeing BK Dad's video. A lot of people make fun of masks outside. I swear I wear one doing yard work. A lot of people wear them when they're doing stuff like that because you don't know what you're going to breathe in. Okay, I'm not sure yet. I know they said like sooner rather than later. Pointer Lover says she heard in May. You find him attractive too, Angie? I wear a mask to cut grass, have for years. Yeah, that's good. Protect you from breathing in, who knows. My sister's kids call Grandma Apple. Her last name is Smith. Oh, how cute. Granny Smith. That is cute. I like that. Yep, I was thinking of that, Riddler. A layout of the house is on the realtor site. All the bad guy needed to know is which room they slept. Who do you think Mr. Gonsalves was referring to on Kaylee's date from hell? Larry, I've wondered. I don't know. If our mind goes there, do I think it could potentially be Bryan? Yeah. But I just tend to think that it was not about Kaylee. I guess it's possible, but so I don't know. He is attractive. People are saying in the next week, but I think it's a rumor. Yep, exactly, NorCal Jim. Pay out the roof for insurance and still have to pay a ton. All right, let's go over to Twitter. This is Sleuthy's Twitter. You can call me Rogue Sleuthy or ma'am. Secret cervix. Oh my goodness. Okay. So did she add it into this timeline, I wonder? Or let's just look at our other ones, though. Why is the assumption that the tweet was about a delay? While we're here, the only search warrants for Bryan are the two I mentioned, Seagate and external USB drive on 1.9 and Tinder on 125. No bank account, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Venmo, PayPal in these docs. Interesting. She says on 12/23, Moscow obtained cell data for Bryan's phone for the time period 11/12 at 12 a.m. through 11/14 at 12 a.m. He was then arrested on 12/30. Well, if that's the case, I wonder how they know that he was there 12 times. If they only obtained it from November, would they have gotten that from something else? The next time a search warrant is obtained for him isn't until January 3rd for his next Google account. So it's at the top, I think, what we're looking for. She added all the info, I think, to her original like Google timeline, or, you know. Court docs, Idaho search warrant, Washington search warrants, Pennsylvania search warrants, questions, press releases, videos, news articles. Wow. This is just well done. Let's see. Here we go. Idaho search warrants. Date requested, date returned. Wow. The amount of time that this had to take. This is crazy. Unbelievable. I would like to know who Ethan got into an altercation with at the frat house. Me too, or if that's even true. I need to see blood evidence in his car to be 100% convinced. Interesting, Texas Angel. Yeah, 10 out of 10. It is not uncommon to have post-college people that linger around the town and show up to parties like the ones they had. He was in that house, in my opinion. So they did a search warrant for Madison's bank records, for Kaylee's bank records, Ethan's bank records, Xana's bank records, and 3 other people's bank records that are all redacted. They wanted to know all open or closed accounts, any cards, all communications, transfer, video, surveillance between September 1st to November 19th. Wow. A broad search warrant, unnamed, for AT&T. So they were looking for anybody. They do have 3 redacted unknown subscriber phone numbers with Verizon and with T-Mobile, 2 redacted unknown subscriber. They did a search warrant on Kaylee's. Wow. Okay, so they do all these for all of them on Bank of America, Cash App, this other bank, and PayPal and Venmo. Okay, then they do that other bank for exterior. They wanted surveillance footage from the cameras. Then they send one to Facebook and Instagram, but only for Kaylee Gonsalves. And look here, it says from August the 1st to November the 18th. They wanted all information from August 1st to November the 18th. Why wouldn't they check? Now that makes me really question, was Maddie the target? If she was, wouldn't they be doing a search for her name? Exactly, Glenjamin. Yes. Is the document really named Alpha David? Yeah, it's a joke though, Margot. I think that's a joke, yeah. She's my Excel inspiration. The organization skills, yeah. I think if she was still here, I would have to let her know. It was so well done. Oh my God. It's from Sleuthy Margot. She went through all of the search warrants and put it in actually this timeline, this has been up for a long time. She's just adding to it as things come out. We're going to take a look at some of the other things too, because this is quite fascinating. So they searched Kaylee's Instagram, Facebook, and Reddit. They want subscriber info, location data, account creation date, IP address, public notes, private messages, devices used to access. The fact that they still, because like, let's say that this was done before. Well, no, they found the sheath that day next to Maddie. That would make me believe that they would. And then the wounds were very different between the two. I don't know. It kind of seems like they may think Kaylee's the target. This is my assumption, and I could be totally wrong. It may be. I shouldn't even assume this, but so none of this was info in the PCA. No, Brooke, I think they wouldn't have included it because so when they put out the probable cause, they're just going to put out like a couple things. Then we'll go to this pretrial hearing and they're going to put out more. Like I've went through and showed like, oh gosh, I'd have to go back and look. So, when you have a trial, it's beyond a reasonable doubt. So I think the pretrial hearing is just like they more than likely committed it rather than not. The scope changes, like how they have to have more evidence for the trial. They hold back a lot actually. So not necessarily would it have been in the PCA. Thank you, Shay. I was shaking my head. This is great. I said I'm nosy AF. This is great. And being anal about data. Yep, absolutely. Yep, PCA is just for arrest. Investigation continues after. And they don't have to show that, beyond a reasonable doubt that Bryan Kohberger is guilty. They just have to show there's probable cause for an arrest. It's confusing. Okay, so we know Kaylee is E. Maddie is D. So there's two Snapchat warrants in reference to Maddie, and then Snapchat with everybody else as well. What is the difference here? 1 day difference from November the 19th. I don't know. Oh, look here. Instagram or Facebook with Xana. Here's one. So no, there was also Instagram and Facebook got one in reference to Xana, and then Facebook got one in reference to Maddie. Facebook, they wanted to know all user subscriber info, most recent login, all that kind of stuff. More banks, a lot of more. American Express, Discover, Wells Fargo, Idaho Department of Labor, Tinder. So they got Tinder from Kaylee. They did a warrant. That is so interesting. And Yahoo for Kaylee. The DoorDash was for all deliveries to 1122 from January 1st, 2022 to December 6th, 2022. So it looks to me like with DoorDash, they might be looking for a pattern. On Tinder, they want 19 redacted Tinder accounts or profiles. So they also have the Tinder, look here. Tinder account generated between June 1st to present using email, phone, IMEI to include communications, location data, videos, IP addresses, audio, deleted files, subscriber info, and videos belonging to account holders communicating with Madison Mogan. I need to stop jumping to conclusions until we get to the bottom. Blue Ridge Knives. We have the Bryan's Google account, and then this Seagate 2B external USB drive. Data compilations relating to violence or a fight or motive or hostility. Communications, emails, text, MMS, third-party apps such as Kik, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. They wanted any of his contacts stored, location info, info in the cloud, internet history, bookmarks, written or audio recorded notes, indication of residency in or ownership or possession of the premises and any or other above items. So AT&T, they have a warrant in Bryan. So far, it's only in Bryan's name, AT&T Google account, and then this Seagate external USB drive. Tinder. So they also have a Tinder and a Yik Yak for Bryan. So that's really interesting. We have Tinder warrants for Bryan, Madison, and Kaylee. And that's it. I guess that makes sense. Let me check on you guys. Oh, welcome, Glenjamin. Thank you. Aw, my favorite channel and community. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, there you are, Sleuthy. So Tinder only for Kaylee, Maddie, Bryan. That's what I thought. This is really well done. I know this took some time. Oh, my God. Just as I've always suspected, something financially stinks. What is allegedly they were using DoorDash for? I don't know, Amanda. I don't think so. What I take from the DoorDash one is they're looking for maybe like who usually, or because they're looking from January 1st, 2022 to December 6th. So probably who usually orders for so-and-so and what do they usually get? Where do they usually go from? Just looking for patterns and that kind of stuff. That's kind of what I'm thinking. All right, now you got me. I got to go look at all the other ones just because it's interesting to see. Oh, this is from, okay, wow. So you went through the warrants and put everything that they were asking for, which was a lot, and then everything that they found. Pennsylvania, I still am. I really do wonder why the others, like out of the 3 knives that were seized from the house in Pennsylvania, we get a description and a brand of 2 of them, and then the other one is just simply knife. I mean, ooh. Diagrams. News articles, videos, press releases. That's so cool. The questions. Why is the location of the victims in each bedroom noted, except for Ethan's, which is just also in the room? That's a great question, and I wonder that as well. From the very beginning, when we saw the affidavit, it was just bizarre. Oh, okay, Tiffany. Hold up. Let me go back to the affidavit just to look at that part again. So they say, just before, they're talking about Xana's room, just before this room, there was a bathroom door on the south wall of the hallway. As I approached the room, I could see a body, later identified as Kernodle's, laying on the floor. Kernodle was deceased with wounds which appeared to have been caused by an edged weapon. Also in the room, later identified as Ethan Chapin, hereafter Chapin. And that is all they say about Ethan. Except for to be caused by sharp force injuries. There has to be something, kind of like, I don't know. I just think back to the other things that they were like before. We didn't know that Dylan was on the second floor. We didn't know that Dylan had seen him, so they couldn't correct it. They did keep the narrative out there that she was on the first floor, and that was probably because, he hadn't been arrested yet. She had seen him. So there's something else there. I would love to know what it is. Hey, Amber. Yeah, this is just so well done, Sleuthy. Why did it take almost a month for Ethan's wounds to be determined to be caused by sharp force injury and autopsy report to be complete? Autopsies performed. Ethan's autopsy report dated 12/15. Now, wait a minute. I didn't even notice that. So we're going to go back to it and look again. Yeah. The county medical examiner dated December 15th, 2022. Autopsy report provided by Spokane. My God, poor Ethan. I mean, that just makes me wonder. I don't know. It's just already extremely brutal. Why is there a difference in the description of the wounds from floor to floor? Kaylee and Maddie, visible stab wounds. Xana, wounds caused by an edged weapon. Ethan, caused by a sharp force injury. I hadn't noticed that it was different from floor to floor, but I did wonder why they were described different like that. So that's an interesting point. Did Dylan or Bethany see or hear the DoorDash order arrive? And then, was Bryan Kohberger ever interviewed by law enforcement during the course of the investigation prior to his arrest? I would love to know that. I'm really wondering about the DoorDash stuff. I don't know. They can probably only do one or two at a time. Okay. We're going to get on and go over to Crime Online to look at some of the other cases that are, not really being talked about as much. But I want to finish just looking at some of this because this is really interesting and such a cool way to look at it. The court documents. Was that the last one, I guess? Wait. Details and points. Xana was found on the floor of her second-story bedroom with wounds that appear to be caused by an edged weapon. See diagram 1. Ethan was also found in Xana's room. Murphy was on the third floor. Wow. Forensic examiner with 35 years in experience, 12 years at the FBI, reviewed numerous observations of suspect vehicle 1 and believed it was a 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra. But on further review, indicated it could also be a 2011 to 2016 Hyundai Elantra. Wonder why they didn't, when they knew that, when does it say, let me go back to when they decided that it could be up to year 2015. I am curious why they didn't come and tell the public. Even like when we talk about his parents, I feel like that would even give them more of a red flag, like because they didn't have the exact year. So that is a little reason why I think maybe they didn't think it was him. We know his mom is kind of keeping up with current events and stuff like that. Many people question, did they know, or did they have suspicions at least? I mean, can you imagine if they would have walked out? I'm really curious if they would have walked out of their bedrooms when he was arrested in the middle of the night in his undies and all that stuff, going through trash and putting it in Ziploc baggies. What would they have thought? As I saw, somebody had said that in that Facebook group. They're like, what would they have thought? Would they have just thought, oh, here, Bryan with his weird, bizarre antics? Suspect vehicle 1. Let's find, I'm trying to find where they put what year it is. So here, the forensic examiner, 35 years. I love that in your chart you even put that. 35 years experience with law enforcement, 12 years at the FBI. No, it doesn't say. As upon further review, it could also be 2011 to 2016. Let me come check on you guys in the chat because I can't see you while we're looking at this stuff. I'm going to drop her link to her Twitter in case you guys are over there and you want to follow her. You can get all of this information or, you know, whatever. Hey, Marcus. So there you go. If you're on Twitter, go follow Sleuthy. She is the one who made this and will continue, I'm sure, to put the other details in as they come available. The main thing I'm wondering is if he chose that exact time or if it was just random and if somehow he's seen them partying or if that was a routine thing for the weekend for them to order food. Oh, you're welcome. I don't know, K-Braze. I'm wondering why he chose that exact time as well. Like how it was just lucky that they had just kind of, and they actually weren't all in bed, you know, with Xana, but that the girls upstairs had just kind of went to bed and that. So I don't know. They had to know their kid was half cracked. I think people spend a long time in denial about the weird shit some of their kids do because it's easier to compartmentalize. Yeah, I think you're right, Marcus. I do. I'm sorry, Mystic. I'm sorry. I don't know what the heck is going on with it. Oh, when it takes you to the main page, Mystic, you have to go to the channel main page on like in Safari. So youtube.com and then my channel in Safari to be able to see the join button for some reason. It's crazy. MK, I still wonder about the use of the word exonerated. Me too. Like either he doesn't know his vocabulary that well in a subject that he's about to get a doctorate in. So, or he thinks that he will be found guilty and then later found innocent by some sort of new evidence or whatever. I had to hop in real fast to say hello to all you beautiful people. Hey, Lady J. Hope you're having a good Sunday. I'm guessing we will know when the time of the other 12 visits were. Well, yeah, when they after, even if they don't talk about it in trial, hopefully we get access to the discovery. I mean, the way that I've seen it in other cases work out, you do. But I also had somebody trying to argue me on some of this the other day. So let me just say it like that. Why did he say anyone else arrested? I believe, in my opinion, just to try to throw people off and create chaos. I really do. It makes no sense why they chose that verbiage. It's so interesting. I don't know. Okay, let me go ahead and we're going to switch gears now and go look at some cases that aren't being talked about as much over on Crime Online. Oh, look here. Idaho college murders. Search warrants issued to dating apps, social media, and banks. Well, they need to go look at that timeline to make sense of all of that because the media has not explained it as well. It is so, my interests are piqued a lot with this Tinder, Facebook, with the difference in Kaylee and Maddie versus Xana and Ethan. And I wonder who the other people are that they were getting stuff on too. I do think it was no coincidence to Kaylee being there that weekend. Maybe less about being asleep, more about when they're the most sloshed. That's a good point. Maybe. Hey, Peppermint Tea. Is that why he was circling as he thought they would all be in bed asleep? I don't think he was expecting the DoorDash. Peppermint Tea, I don't know. Either he was circling to pump himself up to get the courage to do it. Some people wonder, does he know there's a DoorDash coming or something like that? I really don't know. He only did 1 semester of a PhD. With the problems he was having, he wasn't going to be allowed to continue. After 2 years, you come with your dissertation proposal, and the professors decide if you can move on and be a PhD candidate. Bryan seems more like the grinder type. Does the media ever explain well, really? No, they don't. Well, shoot, look at Ashley Banfield's latest. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. Woofy, I know you like her, but when she said that Nathan Millard was rolled up like a taco, that really ticked me off. Lady, you need to realize that I know you're sitting in a cushy little office making lots of money, or a cushy little studio making lots of money, and you're on the news and you have lots of followers and all of that. But these are real people that you're talking about. Nathan Millard has children, teenage children, and a little girl. I mean, imagine how his kids felt or how they would feel if they would have heard that. It's just disgusting. Okay. Terrible. I agree. Don't think he was going to make the grade. Maybe there was a light on the first time he drove by. It's possible. And Vanity Fair has the audacity. Okay. Suspect in teacher's murder. We'll keep going through that. Oh, my God. Louisiana couple arrested for killing newborn 31 years ago. Heaven's Angel, April 15th, 1992. The 50-year-old parents of a newborn found dead in a garbage bag in 1992 have been arrested on first-degree murder charges. Inga Johansson and Andrew Carrere have been booked into Jefferson Parish Correctional Facility in Louisiana pending extradition to Mississippi, where the infant's body was found. They're being held without bond. According to WVUE, a farmer found the girl's body on April 17th while he was feeding his animals and pulled a trash bag from a dumpster in Mississippi. The body was wrapped in a towel in the trash bag. An autopsy determined the child was likely born on the morning she was found and lived a few minutes before being smothered. Police reopened the case in August of 2021 after the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation got a grant to cover forensic genetic testing on evidence more than 29 years old. The DNA pointed to the careers. Mississippi investigators were aided by Louisiana State Police. That is crazy. And also, thank God. Because, look, this is not like they had a baby that was stillborn or something like that. The baby was alive and then was then smothered. I agree, Christy. No, none at all. Science is coming for old criminals, and I am here for it. Ava. Was he clean during this time? He only knows what exonerated means, and that's why he used it. I don't know if he knows what it means exactly. Okay, let's see. Oh, how sad. An elderly couple who disappeared 2 months ago has been found dead on Royal Road. Dad uses moose antler and shovel to kill sex offender who allegedly stalked a young child at daycare. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. A Minnesota man allegedly confessed to beating a convicted sex offender to death with a shovel because of concerns that the victim was stalking his young daughter. Just before 5 p.m. Wednesday, the Cook County Sheriff's Office in northern Minnesota received a 911 call from someone who said they saw a person smash into a vehicle in the driveway of 77-year-old Lawrence Scully and enter the man's home in the city of Grand Marais. The caller, reported hearing screaming about a minute later, told a dispatcher that the subject appeared to be driving to the local police station about 3 blocks away. Authorities say the individual was 27-year-old Levi, who then walked into the police station covered in blood and confessed to striking Scully 20 times with a shovel before he finished him off with a moose antler. Axtell is said to have told police he was concerned Scully, a sex offender who was found guilty of molesting a 6-year-old girl in 1979, was stalking his young daughter at her daycare facility. Axtell had known Scully for years and believed him to have sexually offended against children in the past. Axtell reportedly told police he saw Scully parked at locations where children were present and believed he would reoffend. In 2018, Axtell sought and obtained an order of protection against him for his then 2-year-old daughter, but the order was in effect for only several weeks. There are reports of more recent allegations against Scully, but an investigation did not find anything. Most of the reports were regarding harassment. Scully was well known in the community and ran for mayor in 2014. Approximately 2 years ago, Axtell posted "Only Cure for Pedophiles, a Bullet" on Facebook. Axtell was in court Friday for an arraignment and is being detained on a $1 million bail. His criminal record shows previous misdemeanor charges in underage drinking and disorderly conduct. So he's obviously not a career criminal, and I get it. He did something awful, but $1 million bond? He walked into the police station and straight up said, I don't know. Hey, Rena. Yeah, hard to be mad at this guy. I agree. A shovel and an antler, a moose antler. That's very bizarre, you guys. But let's see. I hate when these advertisements take up the screen like that. Accused Alabama chiropractor doses wife with lead. Oh my God, exorcism. Wait, this is with, I wonder if this is like an episode of her thing or what? Yes. A text from his wife makes Joseph Wilson call 911 to report that his adopted son Skylar is having a seizure. The text message, however, came in hours earlier. Jody wrote, "Something happened while swaddling Skylar." Included in the text was a picture of Skylar wrapped in a sheet face down and duct taped to the floor. Skylar was taken to Brenner Children's Hospital, where a doctor explained to a detective that Skylar had a hypoxic brain injury caused by a lack of oxygen getting to his brain. His injuries were consistent with too much restriction during the so-called swaddling technique. Oh my God. They were doing exorcisms and everything on him. He's a 4-year-old little boy. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. Mom left her children alone in Texas for months. We talked about this a while back. Do you guys remember? I think the dad is who kind of rang the alarm on that for his older, his older child. Margot, I agree. You got to take tests to drive, but people can just have kids all willy-nilly. Ain't that the truth? Every time I'm sitting here, I drop cigarettes. I got to reach down. Oh, I just dropped it again. Like way below my feet because I'm on a really high stool. Okay. Whew. Oh, bye, headphones. Have a good night. I'll probably be wrapping it up here in a couple minutes. Go get the kids ready for school. 4-month-old Alabama girl's death ruled a homicide by trauma. The death of a 4-month-old girl this week in Alabama has been ruled a homicide. Birmingham police said they were called to the Children's Hospital on Thursday by hospital employees who said the infant was unresponsive when she was brought to the hospital in a private vehicle. Autumn Duskin was pronounced dead at the hospital. Police said she had been at her home before she was brought to the hospital. The Jefferson County Medical Examiner's Office determined on Friday that she died from trauma. So that's kind of all they've put out on that. 4 months old. I mean, oh my God, it's just disgusting and sick. Ooh, look here, you guys. Cops name a man they'd like to talk to about Nathan Miller's disappearance. So many people did not watch it. But I did do a video on this case. This man was found rolled up in carpet and plastic, in a rug and plastic, and they still claimed it to be an accidental overdose with no foul play. They did say they were going to be looking for the person who obviously brought him to where he was found. The only thing is that when he was missing, we heard nothing about him being a drug user, possibly being at a drug house. Nothing like that. Baton Rouge police on Friday identified a man they'd like to talk about the disappearance and death of Georgia businessman Nathan Millard, who was found wrapped in plastic and carpet in an empty lot 2 weeks after he vanished. Derek Perkins is not a person of interest, but someone they think can help them understand what happened to him. There's an individual that we're looking for, and we would like to have conversations with that individual. So we're going to ask the public to assist us in finding that person. Based on the conversation we have, we will determine which way this investigation goes. Investigators said he's wanted for probation violation, criminal damage to property, 3 counts of access device fraud, which is credit card fraud or debit card, and unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Well, good. What is this? I think I heard about this. She looks like somebody on YouTube. I'm not going to say who, but she looks so much like somebody. Like, it's really tough for me to look at that and not see one particular creator. I can't help it. I'm not going to say who, but if y'all know, y'all might see it too. Is Alex sure her kids have school tomorrow? No, I'm not sure, but they usually do, even if like public school is out, because it's spring break here, because it's a private school. We're not on spring break yet. I wish. Although I do like my days, like it's a good time for me to get things done around the house. Yeah, it's so messed up. How is there no foul play? His wallet and keys were found dumped too, and his cards had been used. like a couple times until his wife cut him off. Hey, Melissa Jade. I'm a nurse. All of my hands-on beside nursing being pediatric nursing. People amaze, disgust, and disappoint me. That's foul play, though, but okay. I know. Damn it, my state again. Hell, I'm waiting on spring to take a break. Okay, let's listen to this one, you guys. Justin Beck is used to talking with his parents, usually his mom. When Miriam Beck begins texting only and not answering phone calls, Justin Beck goes to see his parents and sister to see what's wrong. Inside the home is a terrible odor and what looks like a body wrapped in a sheet. Beck talks with his sister, Verity, for nearly 30 minutes. When the police were called, Verity admits her parents, Reed and Miriam, are dead. Officers discover a chainsaw and human remains. Hold on, I'm going to actually get this full story because this is like to her podcast. So let me just... Police, let's see. We'll pull up this article and this article, and we're going to look through these two, and then I'll probably let you guys go. So it happened in Pennsylvania, Jenkintown. Verity Beck is charged with murder and is being held without bail in the death and dismemberment of her parents. Jenkintown, Pennsylvania. Police released new details Thursday about what investigators encountered when they discovered the bodies of a couple in their Jenkintown, PA home. Verity Beck, 43, is charged with first-degree murder and third-degree murder and is being held without bail in the death and dismemberment of her parents. Montgomery County District Attorney Kevin Steele said police arrived at the home on the 1100 block of Beverly Road on Tuesday night. Amanda. That's where 73-year-old Reed Beck, a retired training director, and 72-year-old Miriam, a former Lower Moreland High School nurse, were found dead. According to the criminal complaint, their son arrived at the home earlier in the night and saw what appeared to be a body under a blanket. Oh my God. Poor guy. Investigators say he talked to his sister for about 30 minutes, and she told her brother that things there had been bad. That was a quote, been bad. Her brother told Verity that she needed to call police, and Verity responded that she needed, quote, more time, unquote. The brother left, returned to his home, and called 911, police say. Abington police responded to the home, but soon realized they would need a tactical response. They used drones and threw in a camera, which was able to search most of the area. When officers breached the door and made their way inside, Verity Beck walked down the steps with her hands raised. She just confirmed that her parents were deceased, and she was concerned about her cats and dogs. They were the only words that she muttered. A chainsaw was located near one of the bodies, and both victims were in various stages of dismemberment. What they discovered, you can't unsee that, Malloy said of his officers. The coroner determined both victims died from a gunshot wound to the head. Several firearms were recovered from the home, Steele said. Whether they were sleeping or not, you just hope that they were. Police also say officers found a large safe in the second floor primary bedroom that had drill marks on it. Investigators say it appears someone without a key or combination had been attempting to access it. According to the criminal complaint, investigators believe the couple was likely killed on January 7th after finding unread newspapers with that date. That was also when their son last had voice contact with his mother. The couple's son told authorities he believed he was texting with his parents the past week. Authorities believe it was his sister using the phone. A motive for killing is not yet known. I'm completely stunned. It's a quiet neighborhood. Hey, Butterfly Kisses. Hey, Steph. It's a quiet neighborhood. A great place to wait. Quiet neighborhood, friendly kids all over, lots of dogs, a great neighborhood, place to raise your kid. I'm stunned. Miriam retired from her job as school nurse at Lower Moreland High School. The district was made aware of the passing of a former employee. Miss Beck was employed from school nurse in 1998 to 2018. Former colleagues of Reed said he was someone who made everyone uncomfortable. Just a friendly, nice man. When you think and reminisce, he taught a generation of apprentices. Wow, that's crazy. Then I was going to flip over to this one just to see what we could find on this and let you guys go. It does look like a nice area. On your birthday. Oh, no. I know, Punksy. Well, at least they're in jail now. Like dismembering your parents. Yeah. I put away the majority of my winter clothes, so that means we'll probably get a cold front. It's been over 80 degrees for 2 weeks. Hey, Jules. That saying, you never really know your neighbors, is true. Yeah, I guess it is. Okay, let's see what comes up on this one. 10 chilling details of Pennsylvania woman accused of shooting and dismembering her elderly parents with a chainsaw in their home. Abington, Pennsylvania. Ah, dang it, I just dropped my cigarette. I told you guys. Oh, man, I got it. Yeah. Ow, I just hit my head. You ever try to reach below your feet? Like sit on a stool and reach the ground and not fall out of the chair? Okay. The couple's son, Justin Beck, called police. Okay, I hadn't seen that from that angle. Is January 17th your birthday, Steph? Abington police were called to a home. He hadn't talked to them since January 7th. He had texted with his sister, who complained of feeling sick. I think I've got something wrong with my grip because I drop a lot of stuff like that. Like, unless I'm like, yeah, I just drop a lot. Sometimes it's just like my fingers just, if I'm gripping onto something, like they just lose it. I don't know. Justin went to bring his sister soup. Oh my God. So she was sick and he was going to bring her soup. Oh my God. At about 8 p.m., he drove past their house, noticing his parents' cars were outside. He wanted to bring his sister soup. At 9:30 p.m., he showed up at the house and went downstairs to check on his parents. He found a body who he assumed to be his father, covered in a bloodstained sheet and a chainsaw nearby. His sister allegedly told him things had been bad at home. Justin spoke with her for 30 minutes. Wow. He told his sister they needed to call police, but she needed more time. At that moment, he assumed his mother was dead as well. Justin called police. He left the house and called 911, informing police there were at least 2 firearms in the home. Police showed up at 10:30 p.m. and after failing to make contact with Verity, entered the home through a sliding glass door at 12:30 a.m. Wednesday, where they were hit with a strong odor of decomposition. They found the bodies of Reed and Miriam, 73 and 72. Officers observed the one deceased person tightly wrapped in a white bedsheet and evidence of a second deceased person inside the home. There were signs of extreme trauma present. A subsequent search of the home uncovered the bodies of both the 73-year-old male and 72-year-old female. They also found a chainsaw. A chainsaw was located near one of the bodies, and both individuals were in various stages of dismemberment. Several body parts filled trash cans. Police also found 2 trash cans in the bedroom, one mostly full. Later on, county detectives found Reed Beck's decapitated body wrapped in a sheet and on a floor dolly, which authorities believe Verity Beck used to transport the body. The trash was also filled with white bags with severed body parts, and the chainsaw was found to have biological material in the chain. Police later found severed body parts in another garbage can in the garage. Oh my God. Police believe the bodies were there over a week, And you can see the newspapers outside. Police believe the couple were killed on January 7th as unread newspaper from that day were outside of the home. And it was the last day Justin spoke with his mom. And they do say no motive, but a safe located in the second floor was found and appeared to be tampered with. Tools were found nearby and it appeared to have drill marks. 2 .38 caliber handguns registered to Verity were also in the bedroom. One had been fired once, the other twice. There was also an unregistered .38 caliber handgun that had been fired twice. Police believe the couple were shot with a pillow placed between them and the gun, as they found a pillow with gunpowder burns and a hole in it in the home. Verity Beck was charged with first and third degree murder. Wonder why they did that, the third degree as well. That would be interesting to see, I suppose. Yay, Mystic, welcome. Thank you so much. And the weird thing is not like usually it alerts me when we get one, but this one it didn't at all. It just now I can see the thing beside your name. They were killed on the 7th. Oh, okay, Steph. I always fall, even up the stairs. I'm sorry, Butterfly. It is awful. I know, Steph. The brother is lucky. They must have known she was mentally ill. Oh, my God. Why would things be said about you, Butterfly Kisses? My baby's 30. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, I'm so sorry, Glenjamin. Oh, my God, you guys. Hey, listen, I don't care if don't worry about that. Just do not worry about that. You are absolutely welcome here, and anybody's welcome here. And so people have nothing, there's nothing to say. As long as they're polite in here and they could dislike me and come and join the chat about one of these cases or something like that. And you're always welcome. Yep, as a silencer. Hey, Jaded. Like 4 months. I know. I'm sorry, but thank you for joining again. Hey, AK. All right, you guys. Don't let them email me after, and don't let anybody get to you, especially on a day like today. Yeah, because, I don't know. It's just tough. The internet is a tough place sometimes, and it's hard to know how to navigate, through it. But anyways, I guess I'm going to let you guys go. I'm done now. Oh, no, Riddler. We love you coming in here. But, yeah. All right. I love you all. I hope you guys have a great day, a great night. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. I probably won't see you on Tuesday. So definitely want to try to be on here tomorrow. Oh, yeah, and looking really forward to going over this whole situation with Sarah Boone. Oh, my God. If you guys haven't looked into some of that, you need to. I just realized who you are now. I know who you are now, Butterfly Kisses. It took me a second, though. But, of course, you're welcome here. And I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, just don't even worry about that. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you all. I hope you have a great day. And, yeah, thank you for being here. For work, Jules. Awesome. All right, bye, guys. Ava, super intellectual thought for the day. But I don't think so, Mystic. I hadn't seen anything yet from her, but if she does, I'll post it on my community page. All right, love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.